Students, you are welcome in our test program previous year questions, analysis for civil service mails. Prior to start these questions, I would like to share something with you. As you know, your mains is going to be held on 1st August. By keeping in view the short period of preparations, because after 24th May, only you have in your hand 2 months, minimum time. During this minimum time period, I have decided to launch a short-term program focused for mains, where I will discuss some expected questions specifically which may be asked by UPSC. And you can join this program very lowest fees, lowest time period, high quality contents, high quality questions analysis, online and offline in both pattern. You can also join our test series on GS Economy, because I am the faculty of GS Economy and a lot of experience I have in economics. As my previous experience that decided questions some extent asked by UPSC by changing the structure of questions. First, content method, which I will discuss here, that will support you in your mains examinations and develop your skill to write a good answer. Now, I proceed my today topic, today questions. You go through this question. Economic growth in the recent and the past has been led by the increase in labor productivity. This is the question. Again, means our growth recent and past only because of, not only because of, but maximally due to labor productivity. Labor productivity is increasing. First, you understand the meaning of labor productivity. Second, explain this statement. Suggest, first you have to explain this statement. What is the meaning of this statement? And how the labor productivity, how much labor productivity is increasing in India. I will give you the data given by different institutions. Further, he said, suggest the growth pattern. The question is asking that you have to suggest a growth pattern that will lead creation of more job opportunity without compromising labor productivity. You have to suggest a growth pattern to the government of India which can increase more job opportunity in our economy without compromising labor productivity. You have to write down these questions, 250 words, asking in 2022, 15 marks question is there. There are the two parts specifically. Means you have to first of all create an introduction within 25 word limits, means structure. If you go through the structure of the questions, introduction, second, expansion, third, conclusion. The word limit is also clear, 25 words, 25 words, 200 words. And you have to divide 100 words separately on two questions. First, recent and past economic growth lead by labor productivity, you have to write down within 100 words. Second portion, suggest growth pattern which can increase the job opportunity without compromising labor productivity, 100 words. What is the key point for introduction and expansion? The key point of this question is very clear: labor productivity, growth, and what is the third point? Job opportunities. Job opportunity. You have to focus on these three words: labor productivity, growth pattern, and job opportunity. How will you discuss this introduction? how you can use the expansion on this point. You can make multiple way your introduction by keeping in view word limit. What is the first? I told you that recent and past our growth pattern based on labor productivity, and in our strategy this can enhance by changing certain area of the economy for the furthermore job opportunity without compromising the job opportunity. This may be the introduction, or you can summarize this one further in minimum words. Now expansion, as I priorly discussed. Now for the expansion I would like to discuss certain point with you. After then you have to create a good answer. First of all, I discuss what the factors responsible for labor productivity in our economy. Second point, I will discuss factors for labor productivity. Student, now you are clear about the structure. Now I will discuss factors of productivity or labor productivity. Responsible factors for high labor productivity. First point I will discuss with you. You know, there are certain factors which are responsible for labor productivity. I have explained in shortest period which you can utilize in your expansion of your answer. First is innovation and technological development. Innovation and technological improvement. Technology improvement. A multiple type of innovation is there. It may be new market strategy, new selling strategy, all comes under innovation. New technology also, digitalization of India. Artificial intelligence, these are the revolutionary. If you see 21st century, there are the three major revolutions. Infotech revolution, gene revolution, biotech revolution. There are the three major revolutions in our economy. Innovation and technological development, as I told you, INF data, digitalization, AI are going to increase 40% productivity of the labor. That data given by INF. If I told you Niti Aayog data, I am simultaneously discuss both the things. During 1990 to 2006, at an average, India's labor productivity, this is the data given by Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog, during 1990s to 2026, at an average, labor productivity every year increased by 4.7% per year. This is the data given by the Niti Aayog. In 90s decade, if you think the 1992 2000, labor productivity per year increased by 7% per year. That is the labor productivity according to Niti Aayog. And what are the factors I discussed? First factor, innovation and technology. If labor productivity is increasing, means cost of production is reducing. This cost of production reduction will motivate more entrepreneurs to invest more in our economy. Think, if the cost margins are decreasing, profit margins are increasing. Increasing per dollar productivity or profit motivate global economy level entrepreneurs to invest more in our economy. This increasing foreign investment further motivates the innovation, further improve the technology, and further increase the productivity of labor. Third point, which is more responsible for increasing this labor productivity and increasing our growth rate, you can see our growth rate after 1990, it improved consistently and reached up to 9% per year. 9.5% it reached before the subprime crisis of the global economy 2008. It means somewhere growth pattern in India, if I discuss with you, because of that kinds of innovation, government of India also focused on the development of infrastructure, good quality road, good quality communication system, good quality availability of credit, good quality availability of information due to digitalization of India. All kinds of infrastructure, digital infrastructure, road infrastructure, communication infrastructure, or if I say financial infrastructure, technological infrastructure, everything is available in India, that reducing the cost, improving the productivity of labor. And next factor, if you see, expansion of the service sector. In service sector, comparatively, labor productivity is very high, which I explained with you, that is more than your need. But why I speaking on this topic more, so that some point you can memorize in your, and you can write down a good answer. If I quote you some other data, what they explain, manufacturing productivity in India between 1990 to 2000 increased by 10 to 15%. If I give you some point further for this explanations of this first paper, first question, during 1990 to 2000, labor productivity in India increased between 10 to 15% per year. This is qualitative improvement. But after this COVID, it was round about stagnant. If you see all over the time period 2010 to 2019, labor productivity increased but a slower rate. This is the some data I explained with you. Now come on the next factor. What the factors I discussed with you as which factor impact the productivity, so that you can also suggest growth pattern under this question which can create more job opportunity without compromising the labor productivity. There are certain weakness in our development process. First you think about that one, and how we can improve. I will suggest the measures. Number first, despite more formalization of economy, till today round about 77% employment generated in Indian economy by the informal sector. First constraints in achieving high labor productivity, more job opportunity, that is the large size of informal sector. But you will suggest, if you minimize the informal sector by changing the formal one, if you don't know what is the difference, you can go through my previous lectures I given on informal and formal sector of the economy. I am assuming that you know. Come on the issue. If you increase the more formal sector by implementing more GST, by changing the tax structure, etc., formalization of economy, automatically that will enhance more job opportunity without compromising the labor productivity. As you know, in our manufacturing sector, in our service sector, labor productivity is high. It means our small scale industries, our complete agriculture and allied sector. If you think second, agriculture and allied sector, as well as small scale industries, these areas have the low labor productivity. If we implement in this sector what? Good quality infrastructure, use of more AI, technology, skilling of the people, means farmer skilling, entrepreneurs who are working in small scale industry or startup business, they should be more skilled, more use of digitalized in the economy. and more better infrastructure, I'll say, more globalized this area, automatically their labor productivity also increase. Is it clear? What is the third constraint as I discussed? Skilling program. If we promote training and skilling programs in our economy, all over the sector of the economy, that can enhance the skills of unskilled labor force, their productivity automatically increase. Is it clear? Next point, what will be their education and skill digitalization. Yet we have achieved a higher growth rate in digitalization of our economy, but it is not fully in these exempted areas of the economy. What they are? Agriculture, allied sector, SSI, small scale industry. They should also more digitalized, and we should further shift in which sector? Small and scale industries, as I priorly discussed, unequal access to technology. Technology is not available to all sector. That is also the major constraints in the low productivity. If you access all technology, all over sector of the economy, then automatically you can create more productivity of labor without compromising job opportunity. That is the also you can give the suggestion. And low female participation. If we enhance the female participation, in this way, I am suggesting few points again. Memorize that one. Larger areas of formal sector, minimizing informal sector. Second point, by increasing digitalization, new access, technology access, other innovation in agriculture, we can increase the productivity, more job opportunities, small scale industries, allied sector, etc. Means through education and skilling. We also further enhance the small scale industries by modern technology. As you can go previous lecture and you will see there are multiple committees who suggested that after the globalization, some modernized small scale industries productivity, labor as well as capital is higher than other industries. And same way, if we minimize the difference in the use of technology, means distribution of technology should be equal, more inclusive in nature. And lastly, I would like to suggest that is more participation of female. If you do that exercise, you will achieve the higher growth rate with more job opportunity without compromising the labor productivity. Finally, you can conclude, student, that if we follow our pattern, the suggested pattern, then our growth rate in the productivity of labor, which were decreased after 2000, according to Niti Aayog, from 7% before 2000 to 4.7%. Again, it will reach more than 10 to 15% by this growth pattern, and in this way, we achieve the desired target. Higher standard of living, eliminate the poverty, inequality, unemployment opportunity, and desired target of the government of India, inclusive development. Thank you, student, for today. I will further meet you with new questions and new flavor in next lecture. Thank you.